Hey everyone, I'm Trevor, and today we're at Disneyland to give you a December construction update. One of our favorite things to do here on the channel, so let's get going. Let's start our construction update right here on Main Street. The Disneyland Railroad has been open now for about a month, but the scrim was up around the Main Street station, and that has finally come down. So you once again have that beautiful picturesque look of Main Street here at Disneyland. Something you might already be aware of if you have been following my regular vlogs aside from these construction updates is that the big construction walls around the Haunted Mansion have come down, and this open sort of courtyard area is now, well, once again open. They've updated some of the architecture over there, and they've pushed the walls for Haunted Mansion further this direction, shortening and reducing the space here in this courtyard between Tiana's Palace and the Haunted Mansion. But the most notable thing is that the New Orleans Square and Frontierland train station has once again opened and is accepting guests. You can get off here, you can get on here. Now, I feel like what is very typical for me is that Disney goes and announces something or changes something after I film one of these videos. And that happened again. So I just got done talking about how Haunted Mansion was still on virtual queue, blah, blah, blah. And then a day after I filmed this, the standard queue actually reopens. Haunted Mansion comes off virtual queue, and everything is back to normal. It's on Lightning Lane and everything. So I didn't actually get any footage for this. The footage that you are looking at is from David from Fresh Baked. He is a good friend of mine, and he kindly let me use his footage. Of course, he's going to get proper credit, so you see that there on your screen, and I'm talking about it right now, of course. But what happens is, I live in San Diego, okay? I've explained this to you guys a couple of times, but I feel like there's always some people who still don't know that. So I live in San Diego, which is a 90-minute drive away. And because of the reservation system and advanced planning and all sorts of things like that, I usually can only make it up to Disneyland once a week at best. Sometimes I go a full 2 weeks without going to Disneyland, such is the case now. My next visit is not actually until December 8th. That's mostly due to the Thanksgiving holiday and having family come into town and not being able to go this weekend. So the footage again you're seeing, this is the new standard queue, the new queue that they've been working on. They've been upgrading it. They've been fixing everything. That's what you are seeing on your screen. So this is what it looks like now. This is live footage. Well, not live, but it's within the last couple of days. It's current, okay? So when you go to visit Disneyland, this is what you are going to find. I have not yet seen it for myself, but from the footage that I'm seeing here, along with you guys, it does look pretty nice. And this was an expansion because if you recall, the line used to go out into that area between Tiana's and Haunted Mansion. They wanted to get the line fully inside the Haunted Mansion footprint, so they expanded that, and this is now what you have. Also worth noting that the construction walls around the new gift shop have come down. This is going to be a carriage stage shop, stagecoach type theming. As you can see, it's kind of like a barn, if you will, for those sorts of things, the carriage house. And the actual look of it is quite a bit different from the concept art. Now, a couple of days ago, this wall was actually down over here, and we could see that there's a single door over there. I don't know why they put the wall up. Maybe, I don't know what they're doing, but there is a single door over here. And I wanted to point out to you, the concept art for this actually had 2 doors on the left and 2 doors on the front here. So they've reduced that down to 1. You'll also notice that some planters like this are missing, planters on the here. They can easily add those quite a bit, but I'm shocked that this planter isn't up here. We've got some other things that they could again easily add to the front, but this looks so much more full and inviting compared to what we're currently getting. Additionally, they also recently released concept artwork for the interior of the gift shop. Still no news as to when this is going to open, but of course they didn't provide us any news about the queue either, so we'll see. And if you're curious to why there's like a lot of people over here, because usually there's not that many people over here first thing in the morning, Rise of the Resistance must be closed, because the only reason for people to be coming from that direction is if that's the case. Also wanted you to know that Tiana's Bayou Adventure is fully open now to the public, and you can see all the construction walls for that have come down here around that attraction. Tiana's Bayou Adventure also on virtual queue and Lightning Lane multi-pass right now. So if you want to ride it without getting a Lightning Lane, without purchasing Lightning Lane multi-pass, you do need to do the virtual queue. Tiana's Bayou Adventure, as of the time of this filming, has 3 drops. One at 7 a.m., one at 12 p.m., and one at 4 p.m. Because Tiana's Bayou Adventure is extremely popular on virtual queue, and I have heard reports of people trying at all 3 drops and failing to get those boarding groups. As we previously reported, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad closed on November 18th for maintenance, and it will reopen on December 13th. We now have a date. When we did our last update, the calendar didn't go out far enough for us to know the ending date. I put it as a pinned comment. So what I will frequently do whenever we have a ride that's closing, but we don't actually see the end of it, and then like 2 or 3 days after I post the video, the end date finally appears, what I will do is put a pinned comment down in the comment section of the video so that you can see, hey, here's an update. It is going to open on such and such date. That happened with us last month for November's update. We didn't know when Big Thunder Mountain Railroad was opening. Then we found out a few days later it opens on December 13th. So I put that in a pinned comment. Again, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad will be reopening on December 13th after a greater part of a month closure, and it is already closed. If you are enjoying this video and finding it helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. And if you want to save money on your next Disneyland vacation, call my friends at Getaway today and tell them that SoCal Disney Dad sent you. Or use the link down in the description and use my coupon code to save on their already discounted packages. And remember, if you find a price better somewhere else, give Getaway today a call and they will price match it for you. Usually I camp in one particular location and we talk, but we're going to actually do a walk and talk for this next item because there are two attractions are closing in December that are kind of married together here. So first up we have Casey Jr. Circus Train off to our left. Will be closing on December 2nd and it will be reopening on Saturday, December 7th. And while we're walking to the next one, I wanted to point out that Dumbo the Flying Elephant, for the first time in like 4 months, does not find itself on the refurb calendar at all, not even for a single day. I don't know if it was indeed that they just were pushing that one refurb out and finally it got taken care of or what, but December, no Dumbo the Flying Elephant refurbs for you. Now we need to keep going all the way down to the end of Fantasyland here for the next part of the Casey Jr. Circus Train update. And that is going to be the Storybook Land Canal boats. Now the canal boats also close on Monday, December 2nd, and they will reopen on Friday, December 6th, so a day earlier than Casey Jr. Circus Train. Now the reason why I say these are married together is because Storybook Land Canal boats goes around the same little area that Casey Jr. Circus Train does. So to see these both close at the same time for pretty much the same duration, we have to assume that a good portion of whatever they're going to be doing during that week has to do with the area, not necessarily the attractions themselves. So I don't know what's going on. The internet is very silent about this. It also is a relatively recent appearance on the refurb calendar. What I mean is we could see up to December 9th when we did our November construction update a month ago, and these closures happened through the 6th and the 7th. They did not appear on the refurb calendar at that time. And so this brings up a good point that even if you take a look at the refurb calendar 6 weeks out and you're saying, okay, my trip is 6 weeks out, I'm taking a look at the calendar, I'm not seeing these things, you need to check periodically because they will add things to the refurb calendar as, you know, something probably happened, something in this area. Obviously not crucial. It didn't close the ride immediately. It's not closed now. Today is Saturday, November 23rd. The attraction is still open, still running, that sort of thing. So it's not super crucial, but it's crucial enough, or rather it's a recent occurrence enough that it appeared on the refurb calendar after rides normally appear. And so there goes Casey Jr. Circus train. You can see how they use the same general area. So that's just an information update for you. There is going to be a closure the first week of December. 2 rides, Casey Jr. Circus train and Storybook Land Canal boats, both going closed on a Monday, December 2nd. One of them, the canal boats, reopening on Friday, December 6th, and Casey Jr. Circus train reopening on Saturday, December 7th. We are currently in the Main Street hub area to talk about Pixie Hollow again. Now, Pixie Hollow was originally slated to reopen sometime in November. I don't remember the exact date. However, it has been pushed off to the indefinitely category. Well, what does that mean? It means that for the next 6 weeks, which is as far out as the refurb calendar goes, Pixie Hollow is on it clear up until January 4th. And originally slated to reopen in November, for it to be pushed back to the far end of the calendar, what it means is that they just don't know when it's going to be ready to reopen. And so this could mean that the reopening date is after January 4th. It's a very good potential. It also could mean that since they don't know, they just filled the entire refurb calendar with it, and that it will suddenly come off sometime randomly, which I just have no idea of knowing when that's going to be. And so if seeing Tinkerbell at Pixie Hollow was something that it was really important to you for your trip, I highly recommend that you continue checking the refurb calendar as your trip draws closer. It may appear, but as of right now, it is closed until further notice, at least through January 4th. That's all the information that I have to work with. I have absolutely wonderful news for you, and that is that there is absolutely nothing closed at Disney California Adventure through the entire month of December. No rides, no restaurants, nothing is on the refurb calendar, which is awesome. So we just get to go straight to downtown Disney. More news recently came out about the portos that will be replacing Earl of Sandwich here at the front end of downtown Disney. Nothing actionable, nothing in terms of dates or when Earl of Sandwich is going to be closing, so I'm not going to belabor the points here on this video, but if you want to check it out, you can absolutely look for news articles about like the concept art and exactly what's coming here as far as portos goes. But we do have some updates for you with dates on a lot of new downtown Disney things that are coming. This one being Disney Wonderful World of Sweets replacing Marceline's Confectionery. Of course, Marceline's still open here. As far as the little cart, that's been the case during the entire construction experience while they've been expanding Marceline's over into the dress shop that used to be over here, turning this into Disney Wonderful World of Sweets. We now have an opening date of winter. I mean, it's not very specific, mind you, but winter is through end of February-ish, middle of March at the latest. So we are looking at this opening in the next couple of months. We also finally have a name for the restaurants that are coming to replace the Tortilla Joe's footprint. It is going to be Arthur and Sons Steak and Bourbon, as well as Pearl's Roadside Barbecue. Those are the names of the 2 restaurants that will be replacing in this footprint. So they are going to take up 2 different restaurants. Are going to take up the space of 1. We also had the little like quick service taco shop over here as well. So this whole footprint, they might also expand over into this area. Who knows? We're not exactly sure what's going on. Obviously, demolition hasn't started to happen. We have absolutely no dates, but the new information is that we actually have names of these places that will be coming here. A lot of you have been asking about the Lego store here in downtown Disney. It does appear to already be open. Let's go inside. This was originally not slated to reopen until December 1st, but as you can see here on Saturday, November 23rd, it is already open again. This also looks a little different, the cash register area here, but and this also is far more wide and open than it used to be. This used to be pretty closed off. Well, we still have a wall here off to the left, so the opening used to be on the other side. They've rearranged some things in here from what we saw before, but I'm not seeing anything like too drastic with the inside here at all in terms of major differences. In addition to the changes on the inside, I have read online that they're also going to be refreshing the exterior displays. The Lego Master Builders are creating new Lego creations to put on the outside. If they're going to be replacing existing ones or just adding new ones, that information wasn't clear, but they did say that in addition to the interior, the exterior is also going to be getting a makeover from the Lego Master Builders. Lots of improvement happening down here at the Parkside Market on the west end of downtown Disney. We can see Parkside, and actually if we zoom in here, you can see the market there beneath Parkside. And so we've got this glass feature also done. So things are making improvements. Parkside Market is scheduled to open winter as well, just like the Disney Wonderful World of Sweets. It's just winter. So it's not a specific time, but we know it'll be in the next couple of months. However, if we take a quick jaunt down here, this area is going to feature 2 new stores we've previously talked about, Avengers Reserve and the D-Lander. And both of those stores are scheduled to open on December 6th. That is Friday, December 6th. We will see that these 2 stores are going to be opening up. In fact, from the reports I have been seeing online, the D-Lander store is already open. Of course, this happened once again after I filmed. Nothing I could do. What you're seeing is what I saw just a few days ago. Since then, the D-Lander store has opened. I don't have any footage of it. As far as I'm aware, Avengers Reserve still not open. Will it open early? Who knows? But December 6th for sure. And that's going to be it for our time here today, giving you a December construction update. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got questions about anything we talked about, drop them in the comments below. I'm always happy to answer them. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. Thanks for watching. Click this video to keep watching, and we will see you again next time.